Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. So today I would like to tell you about small step, big progress. So guys, first I wanna ask you about do you ever felt don't get anything about your position right now? I mean, like, you are maybe some of you are student, or some of you have to get a job, and you felt like, why I'm here, I didn't get anything. That's what I feel right now. So I'm a student in BEC right now, and this time is my five five month here, and I'm now as a TC student. So in BEC we have three program. First is CTC for 3 months, and then TC for 3 months also. So this one, and the last is MS, mastering system. It's around 4 months, and now I in TC program, and I feel like I get anything here, not because of the lesson, but because of me. I feel like I don't get anything from my teacher, but even though they already give the best lesson, but it's so hard for me to understand. Actually, not hard to understand, yeah, but I can get it. But when I try to do the exercise, I still get so many wrong, so many false answer, and the most what is that, the most false is about auxiliary. Actually, it's uh, we have to understand it in CTC, but maybe because I'm not what is that, because I'm not used to it, or I mean, like, I'm not had I'm not have uh what is that, I'm not have enough um ex- uh, exercise, yeah, maybe. So I get hard to, I always wrong in the same in the same pattern. So I collect it, and I learn about it step by step, and then I check for many times what's wrong with me, what is make me wrong, and then I try to write it again and learn about that, and yeah, it helps actually. But I'm still, maybe because I'm nervous, I feel nervous, so I can think clearly, and then when I do my task or do my exercise, Espe- especially for my, what is that, for my tests. For my tests, I get blank, and I feel like all the theories in my head is like mix and blend become one. That's why, yeah, I think so hard, yeah. But that's my my experience. So that I always felt like, why I don't get anything, but actually I get. And sometimes there are uh, several lessons that I can easy to understand, and I don't need uh, so many exercise for that, but I can do that easily sometimes. But and I want to tell you a story again. In CTC, actually in CTC, I felt like I am very confident. I'm confident person, and when I speak, I can speak fluently. But even though the grammar is not good, it's not right, but I can speak fluently, and I get many ideas in my brain. But um, after 2 months, I think I I felt like maybe I get bored, and then I often sick, and I bored with the atmosphere. It's uh, effect that that's the effect of my study, so I can't think clearly. So I get many distraction from there. So that's why uh, my speaking fluently is a decrease. And until now I still think about it. Why I do that? Why I experience this? I'm always trying to looking for the reason why I experienced that. And I felt like my friends do my friends did better than me. But actually in CDC, when we have speaking class, or yeah, speaking class, and then what is that, we have a big project. First is mind mapping. I can do I can do that easily, just in my boarding house, and then tomorrow I perform in the teacher and in front of my friends in the class, and I get good point of that. And I was like, oh my god, really? Like that. And then the second project is how to make procedure text. Yeah, how to make. At that time I made sandwich. How to make sandwich. I can speak easily because uh, uh, I helped by the ingredients, and then the tools, so that's make me easy to explain, because I just have to show the ingredients, and then I speak about the ingredients and step by step, and yeah, and done. Right. I want to ask you guys, how many of you at the beginning of this year, or maybe just at the beginning of this month, set a massive goal for yourself? Maybe you said, I'm going to study for hours every single day, or maybe I'm going to read or one book every week, or perhaps I'm going to complete complete change my lifestyle, wake up at 5 a.m. and then become a whole person, new person. So we all do it. We love big goals. Big goals are exciting. They make us feel inspired. But let me ask you uh, the question: how many of you actually um, stuck with that change for more than 2 weeks? If you, because if you didn't, please don't feel bad. You are not alone, because I'm with you. In fact, science tell us that the vast majority of people give up on their big goals very quickly. I don't know why, but today I want to talk about why that happens, and why the secret to achieving everything you have ever wanted is not found in massive and then exhausting leaps. It is found in something much smaller. And today we are going to talk about how small step by step lead to big progress. um, why do we fail when we try to make big changes? It's because of a trap called all or nothing. Mm, please think about that. Imagine you want to start studying for a very important exam. You talk with yourself like, Rizka, today I'm going to study for 5 hours straight. And you sit down in on your desk, you open your books, and then for the first hour you already felt like a champion. By the second hour, your eyes hurt. By the third hour, your phone buzzes. You check your social media, you are distracted. Social media, and suddenly you feel tired, frustrated, and defeated. And then the next day, you think about those 5 hours, and your brain says to you that no way, that was painful. Let's do something else instead. When we think we have to do everything perfectly, we usually end up uh, doing nothing. at all. We believe that the myth that big success requires massive action. But the truth, big results don't come from uh, big at once, but they come from doing very small things correctly, consistently, over consistently, and step by step, little by little. And you have to be patient for that, because if you are in a rush, you will get pressure in your head. You get pressure, and then you felt like you cannot focus. You cannot focus on that, and your focus just on how about tomorrow. How about tomorrow? Can I do it? Can I do it? Actually, what I have gotten from this all, so your brain were messy and you can't think clearly, and then you didn't get anything. Okay, let me give you an example, examples, an example to show you how powerful this is. Don't worry, it's a simple example. So imagine if you can improve yourself or your study skills, but by just, oh my god, 1% every day. Just 1%. That sounds like almost nothing, right? Improving by 1% might mean studying for just 10 minutes more, or learning just 5 new vocabularies words. If you improve by 1% every day for a whole year, let's say, because of that way, progress builds on top of progress. You won't just be 365% better. 37 times better than when you started. On the other hand, if you get 1% worse or do nothing every day, you decline almost down to zero. Small choices don't feel like much in the moment, but they add up to a massive difference over time. And then for your study and habits, actually, it's like let's apply this directly to studying or learning a new skill. Think of progress like a snowball, snowball. If you take a teeny handful of snow and roll it on the ground, it doesn't look like much. It will be bigger and bigger. But if you keep rolling it, it picks up more snow. The bigger it gets, the more snow it collects with every single turn. By the time it reaches the bottom uh, of the hill, it's a giant boulder of snow. Your brain works the exact same way. And then the example of the 15 minutes rule. Let's say um, you want to learn a new language, but you are incredibly busy with work or school. You tell yourself you don't have time. But what if you committed to just 15 minutes a day, just 15 minutes before you go to sleep or while you are drinking your morning coffee, especially before you sleep, yeah, you can hear it in your phone with YouTube. It's will effect good effect. And then 15 minutes a day is 105 minutes a week. That is over 7 hours a month. In a year, that is over 90 hours of dedicated learning. um, just think about that, guys. You went from saying I don't have time to spending 90 hours learning a languages learning a language, all because you choose to use 15 minutes a day instead of scrolling through your phone. That is the power of small steps. Because when you like Mr. Fu said before, 1 minute, it will be very long if you wait for it, but 1 minute, it's very short time if you are happy with that. So uh, when you want to do something, you can you can do it with happily, because when you do it with happy, with passion, you will get a short time. It's not take a long time. And then yeah, I think that's. And why small steps work for your brain. Actually, our brains not sudden massive changes. When you try to force yourself to do something uh, incredibly, something hard, difficult, all at once, your brain experiences stress, will get stress. It wasn't to protect you, so it gives you the feeling of what is that? Panic, maybe. It's just for your brain's way of avoiding discomfort. When you make the step incredibly small, you trick your brain. Your brain thinks, oh, reading just one page of these textbooks, that's easy, we can do that. And the secret is, once you start, it's much better and it's much easier to keep going. The hardest of the hard part of any task is almost always in the beginning. And then how to build your small step strategy. Yeah, I have. I ever read that. So how do we actually practice this in our daily lives. Like, I want to share three simple, practical strategies that you can use that from today. Maybe the first strategy is, uh, 2 minute do it every day. Like, this rule comes from the book, but I forget about that. uh, he says that when you want to start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Instead of, I need to study for my final exam tonight for all the materials, change it to, I just need to open my book, and read one sentence. Instead of, I need to write a 10 pages essay, change it to, I just need to type the title and the first sentence. Instead of, I need to go for a 5-mile run, change it again to, I just need to put on my running shoes. It sounds weird, right? It sounds silly. How does reading, how can reading one sentence help you pass an exam? I think it will help because it establishes the habit of showing up. A habit must be grow before it can be improved. Once you open the book and read the first sentence, it can be, it will, you will keep reading it because you are will curious about that. So it helps you to break your laziness. And then habit stacking, the easy way to build a new small step into your life is, to tie it to something you already do every single day. This is called habit stacking. Your brain already has many of built-in habits. You brush your teeth, you make coffee, you check your phone every time you wake up, and before you sleep. And then you can use this old habit as a hook for your new small steps. And then the formula is simple actually. It's like, I will do it. After I pour my morning coffee, I will write down my top 3 study goals for the day. After that, I sit down on the bus. Maybe I will open my flashcard apps and review five words. After I close my laptop at the end of the day, I will clean my desk for 60 seconds. So 60 seconds. So it's ready for tomorrow. You don't need to more power. You just need a better strategy. because better strategy, it will helps you a lot. And then don't forget to be patient, guys, because small step need small step is progress, and small step is part of process. And process it's process itself need more time to become a progress. Okay, the third strategy is focus on consistency, not intensity. If you take away only one message from this story, consistency beats intensity every single time. It is much better to study for 3 minutes every day than study for 5 hours at once. Why? Because your brain needs time to process it and get the information. When you um, get the everything into one day, your brain cannot hold it. But when you review information in small daily pieces, your brain realize, oh, this is important, and it moves that information into your long-term memory. And then overcoming the feeling that small steps don't matter. Now, I want to be very honest to you, yeah, guys. There is a challenge with the small step method. The challenge is that um, in the beginning, it feels like nothing is happening. Like as I said before, if you go to the gym, the gym today and work out for 30 minutes, you will look in the mirror when you get home, and you won't will not see a difference, of course. But if if you study a new language for 15 minutes today, you won't wake up tomorrow speaking fluently. Is that true? Yeah, it's true. Because we don't see immediately result. Result not come immediately, not come instantly. It is very easy to say, see, this isn't working. Why am I bothering? And stop. We live in a world that loves instant gratification. We want fast internet, fast food, and instant success. But real growth doesn't work that way. And and in this era, actually modern era, right? So many technology, so many new technology. One of them is AI, and AI now is used every single day. It's used every single day. We can easily get information, many information, anything about anything information with AI. you just like for example, like ChatGPT and Gemini, you can uh, search on that AI with a simple uh, instruction, and the AI will give you the information, will give you the answer, even though the information will, maybe it can be wrong because it's an AI, it's a robot that human created. So if you don't give uh what is that, give clear information, clear instruction, the AI will misunderstanding. It can be like that. Okay, thank you. Maybe that's all that I can share you. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.